budgeting and planning ahead for your meals. So it's kind of we're switching gears from talking about nutrition specifically, and we're trying to get ready for our shopping trip next week. So how many of you have a budget for your food or know about how much you spend every week on food?
I don't know.
You know how much you spend?
Mine varies.
It varies, okay.
Yeah, I know relatively how much I spend.
Okay. So for those of you who have a budget or know about how much they spend every week, how do you stay in your food budget, or how do you make sure that you're not going way over every week?
Bargains.
Bargains?
Bargains.
Okay.
Coupons.
Coupons?
Trying to think ahead about what I'm going to cook and only get what I need.
Okay.
Catch them sales on time too.
Yeah.
They don't last a couple of days like some of them do.
Okay. So are you guys shopping at the same store every week, or do you go to different stores depending on what's on sale, or how do you guys do that? Okay.
Because I'll split mine between Sam's Club and Aldi's.
Okay.
Because I'll buy a lot of the maybe the canned goods or frozen goods from Aldi. Because and Sam's all bulk, so I buy certain things from there and certain things from those stores.
Okay.
Yeah, we do Family Dollar and Kroger.
Okay.
Okay, but I'm getting ready to try this new store. It's on Grass in the Summer called Mike's. You might have heard a commercial back there. I seen it out of the corner of my eye, but I was kind of moving, and I caught it. So I'm going to check it out.
Yeah.
I'll let y'all know.
All right.
Okay.
And I found too that just going around to different classes that depending on where the class is held, there's a certain like neighborhoods where there's like a local store that's really good that everyone goes to and likes. So everybody kind of has their preferences about where they like to shop. So on page 37 of your book, there's a lot of different tips for saving money or for planning ahead so that you can stay in your food budget. And we kind of mentioned some of those. So knowing how much you're going to spend every week, that's kind of the first step of a food budget, right? So you have an idea of how much you're going to spend. Okay, I'm going to try and stay within this. So for our trip next week, your budget's going to be $10. So you know now how much you're going to have to spend, and so you got to pay attention when we're talking about all these tips for saving money and stuff so that you can incorporate those next week. So Anne kind of, I think, touched on the next one, which is looking to see what you already have. So there's a lot of things you can do before you even get to the store. So like for me personally, I know that I'm going to go to Meijer every week. That's just the closest to my house. It's the easiest, most convenient for me. So on Sunday, I get out the ad and I look and see what's on sale. And then I look and see what I already have in my refrigerator, in my cupboard from the week before. And then based on what's on sale and what I already have, I plan out what I'm going to buy, what I'm going to make for the week. So that's the other big money saver is planning ahead. So how many of you make like a menu plan or know what you're going to have for the week? Anybody?
And the hardest thing is I raised my kids doing the menus because I had a daycare.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I always knew I had to follow the pyramid and I had to follow the budget because we get the reimbursable meals. So, but now that everybody's older and everybody's scattered, I don't do it so much because I waste food. So that's one of my challenges: how to really cook, and they can eat. They're going to eat it, you know.
Yeah.
Not waste.
So mine is like Sunday. I cook Sunday like all y'all was coming to my house. That's how I still cook.
Okay.
Because Marcia always can say, you could like you feeding 8 people here. Just us 2 in here. That's how I cook because if she's busy, I'm busy. You know, like I might come out here one night, I just might not eat. You know, I just take a shower and lay down. And like say if I get up there in the morning, I grab me a bowl of something, bring it to work. You know, and I eat over there when I get a break. You know, but usually if I really budget myself, it's Sunday because the rest of the week take care of itself.
Yeah.
Because we don't cook on Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you're making a bigger meal, like if you have a smaller family or it's just you or you and one other person, and you have the time on the weekend to make larger portions, that's great because then you make 2 or 3 meals, you know, and you have one that day and then you freeze.
Right.
2 or 3 other portions, and you just pull them out when you need them. So that's a great way to do that, to make a big portion one day
Yeah,
when you
'cause I
have the
eat.
time. Yeah.
I eat Sunday. On Sunday, that's one day I eat. That's it. I mean, all day long. You know, all day long. I mean,
I go to Eastern Market.
Oh
And
yeah.
I get the ground chicken or the ground turkey, and I get it about $6 or $7 a pound, and it be in a big ball like this.
Mhm.
So I go home and I get some either aluminum foil or some type of wrapping where I can freeze it. I gotta make like a stack of patties this big will last me a week.
That's excellent.
Oh, really?
That's
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah.
Good for you.
That's another great one. So that's another
Buying and
another great money saver, right? So a lot of times when you buy in larger quantities, it's going to be cheaper. So you buy a large quantity of especially meats and things, and then you divide them into individual portions and freeze them, and then you just pull them out as you need it.
So the only thing I'm worried about is bread, because bread go out real quick in
Yeah.
my house. So yeah, that's all I'm worried about.
Yeah. Yeah, those are all really great. So if you're planning your meals ahead, another really good money saver when you do that is that you can plan for using the same ingredients several times that week, right? So if you buy a whole chicken, you can say, okay, on Monday I'm going to make a pasta with chicken. On Wednesday I'm going to have fajitas with the leftover chicken. You know, so you know, okay, I'm not going to waste this whole chicken that I'm buying. So I just want to jump back to talking about, when you're planning your menus out. So let's say you look at what you have, you plan out what you're going to make for the week, and then what do you need to do? Make a list. Yay. Who makes a grocery list in here?
I do about half the time.
Okay.
oh, right here.
Sometimes. So, impulse buying, what would that be? Would that be a con
Yeah.
or for shopping without a list?
Yeah.
Right? Are there any cons for shopping with a list? Can you think of any?
Say if you make a list for the first week and you need the stuff from last week that you didn't put on the list for this week.
Yeah.
That's what I can think of.
So, like forgetting,
Right.
if you forgot to write it on your list or you thought you had it, or...